Hello, welcome back to another episode of Exploring Starcraft 2 Lore, a series where I'll be going through different bits of Starcraft 2 lore, reading through it, getting a reaction, but also, adding what bits and pieces of lore I know. This is going to be the last episode, so far, of the War Chest Comics Nature of the Beast Part 3. Everything on this page, this web page, has been gone through. It's on my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, just go check out my channel. It's all down here. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Not for me. For the Alright, so I've okay, but before we get to this comic, I'm gonna repeat the disclaimer that I repeated in the last two episodes. I went through the most of it in the first one. You should really, read the previous stuff before you come back here. Which is that Nature of the Beast was unfinished. It was based on a source from a fellow called Counterfeit Penny. There was supposed to be 9 issues, but after they released like these 3 issues, this happened. Yeah, basically StarCraft 2. They announced that they would no longer be releasing new content for StarCraft 2, and it seems that the comics were cancelled after that. What does this mean? It means that Nature of the Beast effectively ends on a cliffhanger, but we're going to read through it since this is the last episode. Another thing that he also pointed out to me was that the guy who wrote this post, Bob Breidbecker, is no longer even working at Blizzard, so that's how gone it is, basically. Yep. Collect commanders. We're going to continue to support it, so on and so forth. Here we go. What this means is that you know that this is bad news when they buried it here. What this means is that we're not going to be producing any additional for purchase content such as commanders and war chest. And this was the war chest comic. They were released together with the war chest. What the war chests are, I've covered this in a previous video. They were skins to keep the esports scene going. The comics were like flavor to it. Alright, according to Counterfeit Penny, the 9 parts are based on the author Brian Alexander's LinkedIn. So they had a story, but it seems that was never finished as of right now, as of taping of this. Okay, but before we get into all, okay, so enough of that depressing stuff, let's go into the actual comic. StarCraft 2 War Chest. Nature of the Beast Part 3. Okay, Brian Alexander, who wrote the script, Carlos Rodriguez, art, yep, same people, Kevin Dog, Robert Brooks. All of these people, by the way, left Blizzard to go and form Frost Giant Studios. Go and check them out. Go and follow them on Twitter. They're making the next great RTS. Their words, not mine. But we're here to read the comic. This place reminds me of home. A dead world, full of bad memories and ghosts. Can't sleep. It's the Jorium, it's interfering with your psionic abilities. And my head. It feels like someone stabbed a monomolecular blade to my red. Oh man, there's so much stuff in here. I'm gonna have to break this down. How long have you been experiencing these headaches? Ever since Regal and I began collecting Jorium. What do you do if it's causing you so much pain? Let's just say Joy will cause a lot more pain in the wrong hands. It's the mission. Until then, sleep will have to wait. Okay, so okay, Counterfeit Penny. Okay, Counterfeit Penny, again, I'm also doing this live on Twitch. Counterfeit Penny has dropped some additional information. I'll go to that at the end since I want to focus on the story right now. And there's quite a lot to break down. Okay, so here's the first part, is that she's actually changed her loadout from the, like in the previous episode she had the Hellfire shotgun. She's changed to a C20 canister rifle. She's now wearing her detector goggles. I forget the specific name. The other thing I would like to point out, I'm going to try and load it as fast as my game can load, is the monomolecular blade. This is actually an item that you can get in-game in the Nova Covert Ops mission. The other thing to important to know is that we talked about Jorium previously. It's In game, it's kind of like the High minerals, but in the lore, it's known to affect psionics, psychics, psychers, whatever you want to call it. And it is paired with terrazine. It can be used in conjunction with terrazine to create specters. And from what I know, by extension, ghost. Anyway, to briefly touch on this before I move on. This, wrong one. This is the monomolecular blade. It's this really cool sword weapon that I never used in the story because it was terrible. Because why would you shoot something? Why would you stab something when you can shoot it? The only time I actually used this was in the mission where you have to, you know, infiltrate the palace. As much as I enjoy glorious melee combat, yeah, it was better to just shoot the detectives from afar. So it seems that Nova is a breach. Like her current loadout is this. What suit is she wearing? This, and this. I don't know what gadget she has equipped. I can't. Again, look at the waist for the gadget. I don't see anything that matches the items here. Is it on her arm? No. I mean, it could just be the stem pack and we wouldn't know, you know? Yep, that was Regal. Yeah, so basically, you know, this is her loadout. Ghost visor, phase reactor suit, and the canister rifle. I don't know what gadget she's having. If she's running stim and fusion, there's no way to tell. Again, all this is in the Nova Covert Ops missions, alright? Your boy's not sleeping well either. He's just a little under the weather, that's all. So, when did Junho become infested? I've got this under control. I've been administering a serum to slow the infestation. You're brave, but don't kid yourself. It's only a matter of time before he turns. No, I won't let any harm come to my boy. Not from anything or anyone. Alright, so the poor kid has he's suffering from infestation. Here's the thing. When you become infested, I mean, this is something that happened, well, could happen all the way back in Brood War with the infested Terran. Was that the Zerg were able to corrupt Terran DNA, and in StarCraft 1, it turned you into an exploding unit. It was actually very difficult. You had to get a command center, and then you had to get a queen, which is a different queen. Never mind all that. In StarCraft 2, it turns you into a zombie, which is bad enough if you read any zombie horror fiction. Alright, there's not too much to break down here apart from this lady thinks that she can solve the infestation. I mean, this is a problem that you get across all genres, which is that if somebody is becoming infested, what do? Do you take the permanent solution? Or do you take a more, you know, measured approach? Arthas chose the final solution in Warcraft 3 against the Scourge, and see where that brought him. Next morning. This is it. What did you expect? We're a backwater facility. Doubt. What? Hey everyone, get a load of this. This must be where the Zerg burned out. I thought this was a refinery. Why would the infestation start here? No idea. Well, come on then. Let's see what's down there. Nova, we can't take civilians down there. You don't build a city this size to support such a small refinery. There's something she's not telling us. I mean, it's true, right? I don't know. This is a kind of a weird statement because, I mean, here's the thing. Like in any kind of settlement, the more people there are, the more other things you need. Like, yeah, it could just be a mine, but then once you get enough miners, you need to build, you know, a bar, Joey Ray's bar. You need to build a land shop. You need to build a karaoke. Then you need to build restaurants. When you have restaurants, you need like plumbing. You need chefs. But at the same time, it's fair to say that the town could not be sustained by this refinery alone. There was actually another comic, slight spoilers for Frontline, where it was shown that infestation can be brought on via minerals because of the Zerg spores. But let's just continue the comic first. Stay alert, don't touch anything. Faithful viewers, we're heading below the surface. What will we discover down here? Ancient artifacts, the legacy of Emperor Mengsk. Your intrepid reporter is about to find out. Thud, thud, clang. What's that up ahead? The Zerg didn't make it, I can tell you that. This isn't a refinery, it's a trading facility. Oh boy. Oh, what is this? No games, Evelyn. Who are you trading down here? Mom, what's Donnie doing over there? Alright, I got a good feeling about this. Let's see what's behind door number 3. Security override. Donnie, no! Screech! Queen... Green? Fall back! We can't let things block your exit. There's another door over there. Open it. I don't think that's such a good... Do it now! Crap. Go, go, go! I'll see the door behind us. Slam, that was close. Everybody's in shock. Who are they? What are they? Spectres. Oh, damn. Okay, so quite a bit to break down because I skipped a few pages. Alright, I mean not too much on this page apart from, Donnie's doing his, his vault thing, his daily vlog, his over-the-shoulder recording. I mean, wouldn't it be convenient if you had one of these little things just like floating over your head? You can record everything you want. So much more hands-free in the future. Okay, so this seems to be a trading facility that was breached by the Zerg. No idea who this guy is. We see... I don't know what's the name of these rifles, but it does look like the one that Nux uses. We have a freaking queen down here. Okay, so here's the thing. In Starcraft lore, queens are actually very, very high level units because they're the brains of the operation. A Zergling at the end of the day, without a commander, is just a Zergling. It's going to charge in front of a bunch of marines and then die. But with a queen, you could do run-bys, you could do 360 surrounds, you could do a lot of things. But the fact that there was one down here is pretty damn scary. Honestly, the threat to the queen, it kind of depends. Nova is a ghost. This is actually quite interesting. Wait, what gun does she have? Oh, she changed. She changed from her sniper rifle. Oh, she's got both her sniper rifle and her shotgun. Damn, I can't do that. But it looks like she fought with a shotgun. A sniper rifle would have one-shot the queen, or almost one-shot the queen. In current 1v1, a ghost will two-shot a queen. One snipe. Assume you can get the snipe off. That's the issue. This, I think this is just a normal queen. I don't think it's a brood mother. A brood mother would be a level above a queen. Here's the interesting right, which is that this lady had access to this, and that these are specters. Oh boy, okay, so this is interesting, right? Because what specters are, it depends on what you ask, who you ask, right? And this actually lies to draw him a lot better, because specters were supposed to be the next evolution of the ghost. There's actually been a lot of different stories, like according to Tosh they were the next evolution of the ghost, according to Nova they were an unstable project that were meant to be shut down. And it kind of split after that because Tosh and his ghost went on his own way, broke away from the Dominion because Megsk allegedly betrayed them. But Megsk is gone, you see. This could be part of Project Shadowblade, but we don't know, and it's ending specifically on this cliffhanger. And that's honestly kind of it, because this is where the story ends. That's it, there's nothing more. There's no part 4, there's no part anything. According to my source, Counterfeit Penny, he says here that he's heard rumors that there's going to be a hardcover for the complete series coming out on the 15th of March, fingers crossed. So maybe we might actually get the full nature of the beast. If that's coming out, I'll definitely be covering that. I don't know if I'll be covering that in this format, because I covered this in this format because it's free. Like, nobody can accuse me of copyright. You can go here, you can read the same thing I'm reading. If you have to pay for it, slightly different story. I don't know if it's going to come out for free. Hopefully it will, but again, fingers crossed. Alright, so this is quite a twist. So this is not just... Oh, the reason that the Dorium was interesting, because in the Wings of Liberty campaign, there were missions that you had to there were missions that you were collecting terrazine gas or balshir and Dorium from Redstone 3 to help Gabriel Tosh to create new specters. Oh, that's what Tosh wanted the material for. In terms of the specters themselves, the only specter that you could play in the game is that if you go to Co-op Tychus, there's a specter down here called Nux, one of the fixers. Adept with dealing with mass enemies. We don't really know too much about Nux. It doesn't even mention that it's a specter, it just says fixer, but he's a specter. There's a voice line that will play when if you get him about the specter and Vegas the ghost. So some representation. Yeah, alright. So we are just about done. There's honestly not too much to break down. As mentioned, we will be doing, or me and a few others, we will be doing a podcast style series where we go through the comics. We'll be discussing it a lot more in detail, a lot more in depth. We're going to do one whole section for Shadow Wars, and then this Sacred Lands 1 to 3, and then Nature of the Beast. So do stay tuned for that. But before we go, we'll just do one last thing, which is to see how this looks like in game.
Good luck, have fun, and
Alright, let's get ourselves a queen. Let's get ourselves a ghost. Fight! Okay, so without Michael, the ghost is kind of screwed. But that's not the point. It's actually, it's a bit closer than I thought, but yeah, the queen is... Poor fellow. But if I use the ghost ability... So here's the thing, the snipe does 170 damage. The queen has 175 health. This is specifically so that you cannot you cannot one-shot a queen, but you can two-shot it like this. Okay, it's still alive, and then you pop one. Of course, in the comic, we saw that it wasn't using the... In the comic, we saw she didn't use the sniper rifle, she used her shotgun. You can actually do this in game if you can actually do this in game if you play Nova, the co-op command if you have Nova, but actually no, you can do this. Nova's free up to level 5. Let me check something. Yeah, for Nova you can do it. She does have her... Yeah, you can switch between assault mode. This is the 20 canister rifle. In assault mode you have the shotgun, and it's something you can do. Alright, with that we are functionally done. The story has ended here, and with that, as of right now, I'm done with the Watchers comics. It's been fun, it's been easy to read, but it's time to move on to other pastures. If you do like this content, do like and subscribe. If not, for me, for the Zegling.